Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aaron Rogerson and I'm from Blaze Games. I'll be pitching you the game AeroMAze, which is a game idea we've come up with. AeroMAze is a game based in a war environment. In the war environment, we'll be exploring a labyrinth of maze maps and killing the ghosts. Unisex. I've decided to aim my game at a unisex audience. This is because 49% of gamers are female who are under the age of 18. And because the figure being too close to the male figure, this is why I've chosen it to be a unisex audience. I'm going to decide to give it the age rating of 16 because it contains a moderate level of violence and it contains a moderate level of inappropriate language. The game setting will be in a war and there'll be different mazes. We chose World War II for one of the locations. This is because this is the most common war known around most people. And in this war, you've given it 3 mazes because it's 3 countries, main 3 countries it's taking place in. And the terrain will be quite like bombs and quite built up buildings and quite noisy, but quite rainy and maybe a bit cold. List of characters. The characters in the game are fighter jets, are a range of aeroplanes. They range from being fighter jets to commercial airlines, and there's a few vintage aircraft in there. Here is a few images of what the planes will look like. We're going to use graphic technology to make the planes look like they will in the video game. Enemies. The enemies are ghosts. There are 5 different types of ghosts. One of them I'm going to talk about is the love ghost. The love ghost is the ghost that will be the colour red. The only way you'll be able to defeat this ghost is by shooting it down with a missile that contains something that burns red. And the element I've chosen that burns red under the flame test is mercury. Perspectives of the game. The first person cockpit view from the plane. We have chosen this because no one really ever gets to see the view of a pilot in the game, so we want someone to experience the view of a pilot. And the map will also be seen in a first person view, and there'll be different coloured dots indicating whether you've completed the game, completed the maze, or you're and you haven't completed it. There'll be fixed aerial views when the plane's taking off and landing, and also the view from the air hangars will be a fixed aerial view. Single player mode. Well, this will work by going around the maze, killing all the different coasts and unlocking all the planes. You'll win this by unlocking all the ghosts in the different planes. And with single player mode, a lot of them have certain hours of gameplay. I've chosen the gameplay hours of 25 hours. This will work out to about 45 minutes per maze. This is because I want the gamer to check everything out on the game. Multiplayer. My multiplayer format will be online. This online format will be racing around the games. I believe it will work because there are not many racing games many playing games that are based on racing. My unique selling point for my game is that it's because it has 1080p graphics, which are the most commonly used because of the technology these days. Because most people don't have a £5 TV to be able to have these graphics. And we're also going to maximise the technology of the consoles that we're going to release it on. This is because we want the best out of the game, and we want the gamers to get the best view. The controls. The controls in the game will be... I'm going to talk about the console, PlayStation 3, because this is widely available on the market. The controls work by pressing the L1 and the R2 to lock the weapons in place to targeting. And then you'll press X to continue and confirm that you would like to take that down. Yeah. R2 and L2 will be used to speed up and slow down the plane. The toggles left and right will be used to control the plane. So the left toggle will be used to lift the plane up and down. The right toggle will be used to move the plane left and right. But however, the introduction of dual shock technology will allow you not to use the controllers, because you can be able to move the controller up and down to control the lift of the plane, and you can move it left and right to control the direction of the plane. Here are some images of my user interface. These white lines recommend all the different speeds on the plane. So, and this is the dials will be moving around, but they will be moving around without the user's control. And here's what the menu user interface will look. And when you click on the words, the things underlined, they will make a bang. Here's a few images of the concept we have designed. Here's the start, one of the beginning images we have designed. This is when you're choosing your plane. At the beginning of the game, there will only be one plane unlocked. And the red line is how much EXP you've gained. Here are a few images of the ghosts we have designed. They will look more like humans in the game. And here is a fixed area view of the plane taking off. The player won't be able to interact with this. This will resemble a movie-like feature. The sound. There's going to be a huge lot of sound in it, because it's got to be war-based. The sound will be like bombs, guns going off, and this will be quite a loud effect. And at the end, there'll be clapping, which is giving the user feedback of how the game is complete. And also there'll be a noise going, if you die, there'll be like a noise going, Why should you invest in my game? You should invest in my game because my game is better than the Battlefield franchise. Because the Battlefield franchise has made over $700 million. But Battlefield 4 made over $100 million. I believe my game will make more money than this. This is because it contains aeroplanes fighting around a maze, killing things, killing ghosts. And it combines the element of science in it, because you're killing them using different elements. Has anyone got any questions they would like to answer? Excuse me, come here, over here.
Why do you think your game will be successful?
My game will be successful because it contains the element of fighting ghosts and enemies around in a maze, and because it's better than Battlefield and better than Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is because it's not solely based on a war environment, but it's got a bit of unlocking to do with planes. But on Battlefield, you only can. You over here.
Do you have the licensing rights for these planes?
We are going to speak to the companies that have made the planes and the governments that are painting these planes, because there's going to be a lot of cost involved in the things. This is why you should also invest in my game, because the cost of these planes will resemble real images. So you over here?
What is the recommended retail price of this game?
The recommended retail price will be between £35 and £40. I believe this is about 10 quid cut under the market price at the moment, because most games on the market when they're first released are around £49.99. I believe if I make my game cheaper, that it will bring in more sales and you guys will make a lot more money. Thank you for listening to me, guys.